Hello everyone. This is class 34 on subject income tax for BCom 6th semester students. In today's class, we are going to solve one 5-mark sum on deduction under section 80C. You can see on the screen, these are the provident funds which are eligible for deduction under section 80C. So the first one is contribution to provident funds. In contribution to provident funds, it includes statutory provident fund, recognized provident fund, public provident fund, approved superannuation fund and many others. Let us now check out the list of the provident funds that are eligible for deduction under section 80C. First one, employees' contribution to the recognized provident fund. Second, employees' contribution to the statutory provident fund. Third, contribution made by the assessee to 15 years public provident fund account. Fourth, contribution to approved superannuation fund. Fifth, contribution to a deferred annuity fund. Sixth, contribution to notified pension fund set up by the mutual fund companies. 7. Subscription to any notified bonds of National Bank of Agricultural and Rural Development, that is NABARD. So these are the list of provident funds wherein an assessee can claim deduction under section 80C if the contribution is made by the employee. Let us now see one 5-mark sum on deduction under section 80C considering these provident funds. And the question is, compute the deduction under section 80C from the following particulars given below regarding individual assessee A and B for the assessment year 2021. And the list of provident funds that are given are employees' contribution to recognized provident fund, employers' contribution to recognized provident fund, deposited in public provident fund account at SBI, employees' contribution to unrecognized provident fund and employers' contribution to unrecognized provident fund. In the list given above regarding provident funds that are qualified for deduction under section 80C, you have seen that any contribution made either by employer or by employee under unrecognized provident fund is not eligible for deduction under section 80C. Therefore, out of the list of provident funds given in the sum, contribution made by employee in unrecognized provident fund is not to be considered, that is, it has to be completely ignored while solving the sum. We can consider only recognized provident funds or the contributions made by employee or employer in recognized provident funds only. Let us start solving the sum. In total, you have to prepare 3 columns. One is particulars, second is for assessee A and third amount column is for assessee B. We have to take the list of provident funds as and how it is given in the sum. So we have given first information, that is employees' contribution to recognized provident fund. So take down number 1. Employees' contribution to recognized provident fund. The amount given is rupees 30,000, write down rupees 30,000 in the column of assessee A. Assessee B, it is nil. Second one, employer's contribution to recognized provident fund. Employer's contribution to recognized provident fund to claim deduction under section 80C, we consider only the contribution made by employee and not by employer. So though we have written employer's contribution to recognized provident fund in particulars column, we are not going to write any amount in the amount column. So it will be nil. Because employer's contribution to any provident fund is not considered for deduction under section 80C. A also nil, B also nil. Coming to third one, it is deposited in PPF account at SBI. Deposited in PPF account at SBI so the amount given is 25,000 for assessee A, and assessee B, it is rupees 2,20,000. Coming to next, fourth one, employee's contribution to unrecognized provident fund. Employees contribution to unrecognized provident fund. Assessee A, we are not given any amount, wherein in case of assessee B, it is 5,000, but as the contribution is made in unrecognized provident fund and it is not eligible for deduction under section 80C, so keep the amount nil. Coming to next, that is last point, employer's contribution to unrecognized provident fund. Employer's contribution to unrecognized provident fund. First of all, unrecognized provident fund is not eligible for deduction under section 80C, and employer's contribution we never consider for the deduction. Therefore, write the amount nil. Next column, total all the figures, and it is known as gross qualifying amount. Gross qualifying amount. In case of assessee A, 30,000 plus 25,000, that comes to 55,000. In case of assessee B, it is 2,20,000. Now the last thing is, we have to check or we have to compare the gross qualifying amount with the maximum limit of deduction under section 80C. And in the previous class we have seen the maximum deduction under section 80C is 1,50,000. So an assessee can claim up to rupees 1,50,000 under section 80C as deduction. Here in this sum, assessee A, the gross qualifying amount is 55,000 rupees, which is below the maximum limit of deduction, that is 1,50,000. So this becomes the qualifying amount for deduction under section section 80C. Deduction under section 80C, case of assessee A, it is 55,000 rupees because it is less than the maximum limit. But in case of B, the gross qualifying amount under section 80C is 2,20,000, but the maximum limit for deduction is rupees 1,50,000 under section 80C. Therefore, though the gross qualifying amount is 2,20,000, an assessee can claim deduction only up to 1,50,000. Therefore, deduction under section 80C for assessee B is 1,50,000. This is one simple problem on deduction under section 80C, wherein different provident funds are given, that is recognized as well as unrecognized provident fund. Here is one more sum on deduction under section 80C. I will read out the sum. All of you note down this sum and try solving it at home. And the question is, compute the deduction under section 80C from the following particulars given below regarding individual assessee A and assessee B for the assessment year 2021. First one, employees' contribution to recognized provident fund. Assessee A 25,000, assessee B 40,000. Next, employers' contribution to recognized provident fund. Assessee A 12,000, assessee B nil. Third, deposited in PPF account at SBI, assessee A 55,000 and B 1,35,000. Fourth is contribution by employee to unrecognized provident fund. Assessee A rupees 10,000 and B 10,000. Last, employer's contribution to unrecognized provident fund. Assessee A is 5,000 and assessee B is 5,000. This sum is similar to the previous sum that we have solved. What you have to do is, while solving the sum, consider only those provident funds which are eligible for deduction under section 80C. And the deductions of the provident funds which are not eligible for deduction under section 80C, example is unrecognized provident fund, has to be completely ignored, or you need not take any amount while solving the sum for unrecognized provident fund. And then first you have to find out the gross qualifying amount of deduction. You have to compare this gross qualifying amount with maximum limit of deduction under section 80C, that is 1,50,000. If the gross qualifying amount is less than 1,50,000, then it is completely deductible under section 80C. But if the gross qualifying amount is more than 1,50,000, then an assessee can claim deduction only up to 1,50,000, because the maximum limit of deduction any assessee can claim is rupees 1,50,000. I hope you have understood this sum. In next class we are going to solve sum on insurance premium paid on life insurance policy by an assessee for his family.